What's in your mouth? Let me see. Okay then. Yeah.
DC The Voice, Alabama Prisoner Profiles. What's going on with y'all, man? Make sure y'all continue to like, subscribe, share the content, leave a comment, hit the super thanks in the comment section. That's that little heart with the $sign right up on the description. Make sure y'all continue to bless that Cash App and the PayPal $sign Bama Prison Files with 2 S's. Say, man, just because you've been a long time subscriber and one day you get outside your body and decide to talk crazy, don't mean you can't get up out of here. You feel me? Especially if you even bless the Cash App or the PayPal. I ain't read none with your name on it. You know what I'm saying? So, boom, right? Which brings me to my next point. Shout out to Patricia Hernandez for another Cash App donation to the platform, man. I appreciate you, Patricia. The platform appreciates it. And we are working, you know? Now, today, I'm bringing y'all this story that happened this week. We have a lieutenant, Alabama correctional officer that has just been sentenced for his role in an assault on handcuffed prisoners. Let's hop right into that right now, shall we? All right, so I'm just going to start at the beginning, and then I'm going to bring you all the way up to present day, right? February 2023, Birmingham, Alabama. A former Alabama prison supervisor has been charged with using excessive force against 2 prisoners, the United States Department of Justice announced Tuesday. The indictment accuses Muhammad Shahid Jenkins, who worked as a lieutenant at William E. Donaldson Correctional Facility in Bessemer, Alabama, of injuring 2 inmates in assaults where he hit and sprayed them with chemical spray. He is also charged with misleading investigators about one of the incidents. It was not clear if Jenkins has a lawyer who could speak on his behalf. The indictment accuses Jenkins of depriving the 2 inmates of their rights to be free from excessive use of force. All right. In a 2022 incident, Jenkins is accused of kicking an inmate, hitting him, spraying him with chemical spray, then hitting him up with the chemical spray, and then hitting him with the shoes. I don't know if that's kicking dude or what. In a 2021 incident, he is accused of spraying an inmate with chemical spray multiple times, striking him with a can of chemical spray, and hitting him. So he liked to spray you and beat your ass with the spray. That's his MO, right? Both men were injured in the incidents. The Department of Justice wrote in a news release. The indictment also charged Jenkins with 2 obstruction-related offenses, accusing him of falsifying a prison incident report about the 2022 incident and then engaging in misleading conduct toward federal agents who were interviewing him about it. The Department of Justice, ongoing lawsuit, we all know about that, right? September 2023. A former lieutenant with the Alabama Department of Corrections is pleaded guilty to assaulting an inmate and lying afterward to cover up the incident. Muhammad Shahid Jenkins, a former William E. Donaldson Correctional Facility lieutenant and shift commander, is accused of using excessive force against 2 inmates on 2 separate occasions that include hitting and using chemical spray against an inmate while handcuffed. In another incident, hit, kick, spray chemical while was in a holding cell. According to a press release from the United States Department of Justice, Jenkins' actions led to the inmate suffering from bodily injury. As stated in the press release, quote, following his assault on an inmate whose name is redacted, it's abbreviated as B.R. Jenkins authored a false incident report. In it, he gave a false account of where in Donaldson he transported BR to, and he omitted entirely his use of force on BR from his report. As part of the factual basis, Jenkins further admitted that he lied to investigators by denying use of any force on BR. Jenkins is accused to be sentenced or scheduled to be sentenced December 19th, faces a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison on the excessive force charge and 20 years in prison on the obstruction charge. Jenkins also faces up to 3 years of supervised release and a fine up to $250,000. Beat niggas up, lied about it, big surprise, right? Big surprise, Alabama Department of Corrections. So all the way up to this week, right? A former William E. Dawson facility lieutenant and shift commander has been sentenced for civil rights and obstruction offenses related to an assault of a restrained inmate and lying to cover it up. Muhammad Shaheed Jenkins, 52, was sentenced Tuesday to 87 months in prison, followed by 3 years of supervised release for using excessive force on an Alabama Department of Corrections inmate and lying after that incident in an official report as an attempt to cover up his abuse. Quote, lieutenants and shift commanders set the tone for less experienced officers whom they supervise, said Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark of the United States Justice Department Civil Rights Division. Quote, Jenkins abused his position of power to commit an egregious assault on a restrained inmate in an isolated location of the prison over the course of 5 minutes. He is being held accountable for his actions, and the Justice Department will continue to hold accountable law enforcement officers who violate the civil rights of every American, including those who are incarcerated. I'm sorry, that's some cap-ass shit. But, they doing what they can whenever they can find a scapegoat that nobody likes, right? Authorities say over the course of approximately 5 minutes on February 16, 2022, Jenkins repeatedly re-entered the holding cell that BR was in and re-assaulted him numerous times. Jenkins willfully deprived inmate BR of his right to be free from excessive force by kicking, hitting, spraying him with chemical spray, striking him with the can of chemical spray, and then striking him with a shoe, while BR was restrained inside the holding cell and not posing a threat. Quote, corrections officers have the responsibility to ensure the safety and security of those incarcerated in our nation's prisons, said U.S. Attorney Primeb Escalona for the Northern District of Alabama. Quote, the physical abuse of prisoners in violation of the Constitution threatens the safety of the entire institution. Officers and inmates alike, we will continue to work with our law enforcement partners to investigate and prosecute corrections officers who abuse inmates and violate positions of public trust. Man, that's wild, man. 87 months, was that like 7.5, almost 7.5 years in the feds now. Northern District, bro, going federal. Muhammad, you going to the feds for beating folks up with the can, kicking, hitting, in an isolated location of the prison. So, well, if this wasn't on cameras, dude must have been really fucked up. He must have missed dude up bad, like Pitbull was saying, he come out the dorm, no injuries, get the body chart done, get the confinement, leaving confinement, all of a sudden you got all these, injuries and marks on you and stuff like that, right? You didn't even get sprayed in the dorm. Wait a minute, are you covered in mace when you get down here to healthcare? Jesus Christ. But yeah, man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, Cash App, PayPal, super thanks. DC The Voice, Alabama Prisoner Profiles, out the gate.